Let's get unmuted. What is up out there tonight, horror fam, huh? How are you all doing? Estep A.K.A. Bojangles coming at you once again, baby, with another special guest. Am I spoiling you people or what, huh? Horror fam strong, son. Let's see who we got in here tonight. We have Dragon Blues, DOD, Stefan Poirier. What's up, Poirier? I like that. Reminds me of old Dustin Poirier. Patty, JK, Necro, Michael, Paul. Oh my goodness. Hey, for you newcomers, make sure you hit that subscribe button, become part of the horror fam, son. So tonight, I'm bringing on another YouTuber. Now, there's one rule I have, damn it. He is pretty freaking awesome. So don't let him steal you away. Just go support him instead. But okay? Okay? You got to promise. You're not going to totally abandon ship here. All right, man. Here we go. We're bringing on Derek from Derek's Horror Stuff. If you haven't checked him out, you need to. Hey, what is up, good sir?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I got to treat the horror fam, man. How are you doing today, dude?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Hell yeah. Doing great, man. Oh, my God. I'm loving the setup you've got back there.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff here. I've been working on reorganizing the whole place, so it's been a bit of a hassle, but I pulled everything down. I had to paint and reorganize and stuff, so it's not all the way done yet, but it's getting there.
Oh my God, I feel your pain so much on that. I'm digging the LEDs too, man.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I almost have enough of them.
Yeah, no shit, huh? You can never have enough of the LED goodness.
Oh yeah.
Man, so what you got? Art the Clown, Beetlejuice hanging out with us tonight.
Oh yeah, we got Beetlejuice here.
Damn, and is that Doomhead?
You got what? Captain Spaulding over here. We got Doomhead up there.
Oh my God. Yes, Everything Horror Collector. This is the dude I sent you to pick up that 31 poster, brother.
Yep, that would be the guy.
Hell yeah. So man, you run a YouTube channel and it's mostly centered around, what would you say, reviews?
It's kind of a mix. Reviews, unboxings. Originally I created it to just like I had an Instagram, which I still have, but it's never been like a big Instagram. But people were like, "Hey man, I want to see a video of this like this collectible or this item." So I started making videos for that, and then it just kind of grew from there. So it's really like horror collectibles, like this stuff. I do some movie reviews, some stuff like that. Sometimes every once in a while I'll do like an interview. Or like an interview with somebody from like a horror movie or something. So I try to mix it up a bit, but it's all horror niche related.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude. So why did you choose YouTube as your outlet, man? Like why not as your outlet? Like why not a podcast or I mean filmmaking? Are you into that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, filmmaking's cool. Like, I actually, believe it or not, I went to school, high school, I went to tech for audiovisual, and then college, I went to audiovisual. So I did a lot of stuff with filmmaking. But I mean, as fun as that is, it's really cool. It's something I definitely want to venture into. But this was, like I said, this was kind of a thing just to show the collectibles, whatever. And YouTube's just something I'm really familiar with because when I was younger, like closer to when YouTube first came out, me and my buddies had a YouTube channel and we did a bunch of stupid stuff. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah.
I stopped doing it for a long time, but then I was like, oh, if I'm going to upload a video, it's going to go on YouTube. So
yeah. Yeah, man, that's kind of how it happened for me too. Like I used this channel a long time ago. I kind of ran like an actual show on here, like a horror themed show. And then that project, it ran its course and I was done with it for years. And then I was like, man, I want to make videos again. And I just uploaded them here, man. It's good. YouTube is a great outlet. I know it gets a lot of shit. But hey, man, it gives us a platform and a space to connect with the horror fandom.
How long have you had your YouTube channel?
Oh my God, I think technically since 2009.
So a while, yeah, that's a while.
Yeah, and then I left it abandoned, like I said, after that project, and I don't think I came back until about 2015, maybe 16. Yeah, what about you, man? When did you start Derek's Horror Stuff?
We're going on probably about I think around 3 years almost.
Damn, okay. That seems to be like a sweet spot for a lot of people too. Like once you're 3 years in, you kind of know like you've got your bearings, you know where you want to go, what you want to
Yeah.
do, and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see your growth, man.
Yeah, definitely starting to get the hang of it a little bit at a time, you know.
Hell yeah, man. Oh, dude, there's always something to learn, it seems like, with YouTube, though, dude.
Oh
Like,
yeah, it's always evolving. It's always changing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So here's a question for you. I would definitely want to get your input on this, man. I don't get to talk to fellow horror YouTubers too much here.
Hmm.
So has being a horror YouTuber like made you closer to the genre, or has it passed like pushed you further away?
Oh no, it's definitely made me closer to the genre. I gotta say, like, so again, I had the little Instagram channel. It didn't have a lot of, or page, whatever. It didn't have a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Still doesn't really, but I met some cool people that way. But now that I have the YouTube channel, I don't know. I've just really, I've met a lot of really cool people in the horror community. And that's not to say there aren't some bad apples that spoil the bunch, but
Yeah.
overall though, no, I definitely think it's improved it. And on top of that, like you know, th- I like horror movies, but I like the collectibles and stuff that comes along with
Yeah.
them. And I used to collect like a whole bunch of different random stuff, but then I was like, you know what, I got to limit this collection to one thing, so I went horror. But yeah, it's kind of it's definitely enhanced it a bit. And I've learned about a lot of new movies too that I wouldn't have known about had I not done this, and met these people who were like, you gotta check this movie out, you gotta check this thing out, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Kind of
cool.
like knee deep. Yeah. Yeah, so and folks, tonight the donation goal, well, one of them anyway, is if we hit $10, Derek has to show off his favorite horror collectible that he owns. So we're gonna see what that is once we hit that donation goal. I've got faith in you people. I know it's gonna happen. Totally had my phone on do not. Okay, that was a favorite coming through. So what? Okay, so you're a collector, and I just want to hear from another collector here, man. This actually wasn't even on my list of questions, but hey,
Mhm.
let's go with it. How do you feel about NECA figures right now? Do you still get those or?
So that's a very good question, actually, because when I I started collecting with like but I'll tell you, I hated them too. I started getting Funko Pops, and I freaking despised those things at first. I thought they were stupid, to be honest. But now, I have tons of them, so I can't talk crap about them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's where it started. My wife got me actually a cool Captain Spaulding pop, and from there it just kind of was like, oh, I started getting more and more and more, and then I was like, okay, now I've kind of been up to here with Funko. Let me switch over to something more like NECA. So I
Hmm.
started getting NECA figures, and for the price point, for like $30, $40, whatever, it's not bad. They're definitely really cool, and they're really detailed for the most part. But
Yeah.
as far as they go these days, I've tried to kind of like, I don't know. I think I've been kind of weeding off them a little bit,
Hmm.
steering away from them. I think I've sold a lot of stuff too, which is how the 31 poster ended up getting sold, because I started to downsize a little bit in the sense that I want to try to move some of that smaller stuff and get bigger stuff. So now maybe like focus more on like, statue. I don't know, something a little bit bigger
Yeah.
than just the NECA figures, because they're cool, they're awesome, and they don't take up that much space. But when you have a ton of them and mostly loose like I do,
Yeah.
they start to, I don't know. These days I'm not buying them as much. I'll put it that way. I think they're cool
Yeah.
still, but I'm not buying them as much. What about you?
Man, like NECA figures, I've always been into them. I really love
Mhm.
them, and I, oh my god, being a fellow collector, I know you'll get this. Like, you will struggle with whether or not you should open them.
Oh yeah,
Like, I
absolutely. I
have,
have some I've never opened, but I have other ones I have to pull open.
yeah, same here, man. And it's like, so that's a problem I have because they do take up a lot of space, especially in the box.
Yeah, yeah, in the box for sure.
But man, it's hard because it's like once you get so many and the prices have went up on them like exponentially over the years,
Yeah.
now they're up to like $35 a pop versus last year they were 30. And you get so many of them, and they're all, horror characters and stuff. They all typically have the same color scheme. They're kind of grungy or bloody or whatever. They kind of like blend into each other if you just open them up and set them on the desk together.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, I found myself slowing down a lot.
So let me the ones you open, right? Do you open most of them, or
no,
keep them in box?
I keep most of them in the box. Yeah.
Hey, that's fair. That's how I am with a lot of stuff. I will tell you the ones that come in the like the clamshell. What are they? The clamshell boxes? Is that what they are? Those I don't open.
Oh, okay. Like the window, like the
like the plastic ones. I don't have one near me, I don't think. But the ones that come in the actual cardboard boxes that have the flaps, those I'll sometimes open because I'm like, I can put them back.
Okay, so you wouldn't open something like, come on, Leather, don't talk. You wouldn't open something like this.
Exactly. Funny enough, I have that one out of box. but that's how I bought it. But generally, no, I won't open them if they're in a thing like that. I usually just hang them on the wall or something.
Yeah, I have that entire collection from the TCM remake. I love that movie so much.
Same.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. It got a lot of shit.
It did, but I like it a lot especially for a remake.
Fuck yeah, dude. Man, love it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, so I've slowed down on collecting those, and I'm with you. It's like statues stand out, so
they're cool, man. They're expensive though, some of them,
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. And then like I see you have like the life-size Beetlejuice and Captain Spaulding. Now I have a life-size Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and Shorty the Clown. So
yeah.
Hell yeah. And Nate Blanche, man, thank you for the support, Brother Jack, dude. Appreciate the heck out of it, man. And folks, we will get to your comments and questions, I promise. But man, so there's Nate coming through. Look at that, man. Dancing Mikey and all the good stuff.
Oh.
So like being a horror YouTuber is you've dived deeper into the horror genre. So like you get to just live that passion, but has it made you see movies, like, because you review some of these, has it made you see the horror movies, through like a different lens? Like,
that's an interesting question.
Because I don't know about you, man, but it's I was kind of explaining this to people yesterday. Like, it's different when you're involved with something. Like, for instance, when I go to a haunted house, it used to be I could just walk through and have a blast and I'm fully immersed. But now if I'm filming it and going through behind a camera lens, it's a different experience. Like, you're kind of separate.
Oh, for sure.
And some of these movies, man, like, you don't get to sit back, or at least I haven't. Some of them, it's like I'm sitting back and I'm critiquing too hard. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you had that problem, man.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, I have that problem with a lot of movies, though, to be honest with you. But yeah, like even when I was in high school, for a very short amount of time, we had like a school newspaper, and I got on it because even though I didn't like to do much with extracurricular activities or anything, I wanted to not be grounded, and I was grounded a lot of the time and couldn't leave my house because I kept getting in trouble. So my way to get out of the house was say, hey, I'm doing this for school. I have to go watch this movie. And so I would go to the movie theater and see whatever the newest movies were, and I'd have to sit there and watch them and then write critiques because I did movie reviews in the school newspaper. And that was very short-lived before they kicked me out. But I feel like that kind of translated over life. And so, I don't do that many movie reviews right now on my channel because sometimes I feel like I don't have enough to say about them. Like I have a lot of thoughts on it, but sometimes I can't like articulate it into like a 3, 5, 8-minute video, whatever. But yeah, absolutely. It definitely makes me see it like a little bit more, through critical lens.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And yeah, it's weird. And it's like sometimes, I don't know if you have this problem, but sometimes, man, when it's a brand new movie anyway, like you'll be sitting there planning your damn video while watching the movie. It's like,
yep.
Oh my God. So it never stops, man. Never.
No, it definitely pulls me out a little bit sometimes. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, I have like a kind of a lead-in question to this, man. How has being a YouTuber affected your mental health?
Whoa, heavy hitter.
Yeah, because that's like, yeah, because you see a shit ton of YouTubers
Yeah.
talk about this, and you'll see YouTube preach about it.
Mhm.
Like YouTube themselves, because we get access to a creator dashboard,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like behind the scenes, and off to one of the sides, they'll always have like creator spotlight videos or tips of the month or whatever. And sometimes YouTube will throw up like it's a mental awareness month for creators. Make sure you take but we know damn well, dude, if you take a break from YouTube like they're suggesting, they will punish you for it.
Oh yeah, dude. You know it. And I told you already, my channel actually got completely deleted. And then
Oh,
I had to fight to get it reinstated because and it was a YouTube like F up, you know what I mean? It wasn't actually something I did.
yeah.
They saw one of my Terrifier kill ranking videos and they saw the hacksaw scene. And I had this set as a
Oh,
private video at the time. It wasn't even set for public. And they flagged it and took my whole channel down and called it sexually gratifying content.
oh
So I
my
had
god.
to fight them and appeal it. But after like a month or so, maybe I got my channel back. But I was telling you, it feels like it's more of a struggle sometimes to get the momentum going on the channel again, like you were saying, because you have to post videos so frequently to try to
Yes.
even get yourself to the algorithm, which nobody even I don't know if anybody actually understands the algorithm, but it is a lot of work. So as far as mental health goes with that, like I'll be straight up, when I lost the channel, I was pretty bummed about that because I worked really, really hard to get, I don't even know what I had, maybe 2,500 subscribers or something, but I worked really hard to
Mhm.
try to get there. And I had a lot going with that. I even had contests or giveaways planned and stuff like that I was going to do on the
Oh
channel,
yeah. Yeah.
and all this different stuff. And it all got like taken down. So that bummed me out. When I got it back, I was still a little bit, I was relieved to have it back, but overall,
Disheartened. It's you
it,
got.
it
I mean,
is.
yeah, like it had to have like affected your momentum because you saw
It
how
did.
quickly it can be taken away.
Yeah, exactly. And for no fault of your own, because I had people reaching out there like, is it copyright? Is it this or that? But funny enough, it was none of that. So, but I try to, personally, I try to just kind of go at my own pace because in the beginning I was trying to put out, one video a week, two videos a week, three videos a week, more than that. And that catches up, man. They tell you not to do that because you'll burn out. I'm sure you know this because you've been doing it a very long time.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, you will burn out if you keep trying to push it like that. And personally, I know you do too, again, because I love the way you edit your videos. That's kind of what I do. I try to edit my videos a lot, so it takes a lot of time. And when
Hmm.
you burn yourself out like that, it's like it's not good for anybody. So I try to bring it down a little bit. Obviously, too, you get like the bad comments and this and
Oh
that
my
every once in
god.
a while. I mean, it's not, whatever, but um those things, they can take a toll on your mental health. So you have to just try to work at your own pace. And I guess you have to have thick skin if you're trying to be on the internet in general.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, man. It blows my girlfriend's mind because she's not real tech savvy and in
Mhm.
into the interwebs like I am. I mean, I've
Yeah.
built a community here and a family actually, and man, she takes a peek at my comments and she cannot believe that people conduct themselves that way online. She is like, there is no way in hell this person would ever say that to someone in real life and not expect to get their teeth knocked out.
Yeah, honestly, dude. I
It
had
is
I had somebody do a 3-hour live stream about how much they disliked my channel. That's how
holy
much
shit.
that's how much that this kind of stuff happens. So it's one of those things, it doesn't happen that frequently, but you got to have thick skin if you're going to play the game.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, for those of you who don't run a channel or anything like that, man, your comments. So YouTube, like I said, you get in that dashboard, click on your comment section, and you'll have a list of all your comments, and you can just scroll through them, and they're arranged by newest comments first. And dude, yeah, man, you can go through there and just see stuff like nice video, oh great job, man. Then you see one that's like, fuck you, dickhead, your taste
Yeah.
sucks. It's like, what?
Well, I'll tell you too. I've had this discussion, I think, with my wife actually, but it's one of those things, and you'll see it even with YouTubers that have millions of views. It's the same. Talking about the mental health part, you know, you can scroll through and see, I love this channel. You guys are amazing. This live stream is great. But you're going to see one comment that says, you guys fucking suck. And that's the comment that your mind is going to, you know what I mean, go to. It's not going to be all the people, the millions of people. You could have millions of subscribers and they might love you, but you're going to get the couple of trolls and you're going to be like, wow, you know, what was, you know, is my nose too big? Like whatever, you know what I mean? Like whatever the situation is, it's going to stick in your head and it's crazy.
Oh, it's absolutely wild, man. And it's like, and those are sometimes the worst too, because if like somebody makes a comment and they're like, dude, your editing sucked balls, your sound levels were off. It's like, okay, I can improve on that. They might be right. Let me check that part. But then when you get the ones that are just like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. You should go die somewhere. It's like, what? And like you said, man, like that shit just sticks in your brain and lives there rent free.
Yeah.
You know, until next time.
You just gotta try to blow it off, you know? That's all you can do.
Absolutely, man. And you gotta just I don't know about your strategy for it, man, but mine is just like 100% ignore it. And if it's in, you know, I won't even respond to them unless there's someone who, you know, they make a fair critique, even if it's dickish. You know, I will engage them and be like, okay, I see your point.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, the ones who are just assholes, you just got to keep scrolling, or if they're like calling somebody else out, then I'll delete it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're like, because I've had situations where, you know, certain people are just spamming, you know what I mean? So those, I mean, those I don't have a choice. I gotta block it because it's like I can't have you doing this over and over again. But anything else, you know, it's just ignore it. You know, I've definitely made the mistake in the past before where I've engaged. I feel like we probably all have, but you know, now it's just, ignore it, blow it off, whatever. It's just trolls, you know, it is what it is.
Hell yeah, man. So, but you know, now to bring the energy back up, what's your favorite part about being a YouTuber?
Ooh, I'll have to circle back to what I said before, which is probably just honestly, you know, the people that I've met, the community that I've found through doing this. I like making the videos. I like doing the editing. That's actually probably one of my favorite parts of the whole video process is actually just creating the video.
Damn cool.
Yeah, and I know so many people hate that part, but that's actually my favorite part. The being on camera part is actually my least favorite part as far as those go. But yeah, dude, definitely the community and definitely being able to create, because again, you know, just editing and all that kind of stuff, it's so much fun. And I've learned so much about Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, like After Effects, all these different things through having this YouTube channel. So that's probably the best part is the people and the things I've learned.
Yeah, okay, badass, man. So yeah, you actually love the editing part. That's because you see a lot of people complain about that, and you mentioned it earlier, man. We are edit heavy in our videos, and that can be, you know, for a lot of people, man, that can be grueling.
Oh, for sure. And it is grueling. Sometimes I've worked, you know, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever on one video, and then you post it and it gets like 100 views. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, and then you'll see somebody like record a review from their phone. And throw it, you know, camera right here. And it's like, oh shit, how did they do that, man? Like
1 million views, boom.
Yeah, and I think that's the magic of thumbnails, dude.
Yeah.
I swear, I think it's like, so for people who don't understand, like, if you've ever heard about the Instagram generation or watched any of the documentaries on, like, I know they did one on Netflix with like Paris Hilton and DJ Khaled and all this stuff, and it's like you will spend like 4 hours on trying to get one picture, like one selfie, and that's the one you post to Instagram. It's the same thing with YouTube thumbnails. Like you will sit there and critique the shit out of one picture for hours, over and over. And based on your thumbnail, man, that's a YouTuber's first impression. And if you don't get it right, no one's going to see your video.
Yeah, and I've heard it said many times that you can have the best video in the world, but if your thumbnail sucks and nobody clicks it, what the hell does it matter? You know?
Yes, exactly. And oh my God, it's like so disheartening. Like you said.
Absolutely.
But, man, there's one I shot that still bums me out to this day. I'd love to hear about yours, man. But mine was 10 rules to survive Halloween. And it's kind of based off of Trick or Treat,
Okay.
which kick-ass hat there.
Oh
But
yeah. I forgot I was wearing this till you said it.
but yeah, man, rules to survive Halloween, and that even had like a little miniature short film in it.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody watched it.
Yeah.
It's like, So
Yeah,
the
it's
one
hard,
time
dude.
the one time I venture out of the damn studio and try to get creative.
Yeah.
What about you, man? What's one video where you just put 8, 10, 12 hours into, and then you were like, wait a minute?
It's hard to say without actually like kind of seeing them, because there's like so many of them, it feels like. But there's definitely got to be something that comes to mind. I'm trying to think. Actually, one of them that I thought would get a lot more traction than it did was I did a filming locations video for Scream 5. And I actually didn't mean to film, like, I didn't mean to make that video. I just happened to be in Wilmington, North Carolina, and found out I was about 10 minutes from where they filmed Halloween Kills and Scream 5. So I went and made two videos, one for Halloween and one for Scream. But both of them, when I made them, I was like, this video is going to be the best video. This is going to be the one that everybody watches, and it's going to look awesome. And I think the Halloween one got like 500 views. The other one got like 900 views. You know what I mean? So it could always be worse, because you could sit there with one view or no views. But when it comes down to the editing and chopping everything up, it's like, man, you put all that work into it,
Oh, man. Oh. Well, and that's what we're going to get into now, is Scream 6, which is one we discussed a little bit on Facebook, man. And I know you put out a couple reviews for this. You did one that was spoiler free, and then you did one that, peeled that curtain back. But because you weren't absolutely batshit crazy about that movie, it seems like you lost some subscribers over that one.
I did. I know, according to YouTube analytics, last time I looked at it, I mean, I've gained some back now because of it, but I think the last time I looked at it, I lost like 7 subscribers or something, but I lost them pretty quickly from when I posted it, because I titled it like Scream 5 ... what a disappointment, or something like that. And then it immediately lost. So, and I had people, oh dude, that's one actually that I had people coming out the woodwork, being like, bro, what the hell's wrong with you, you fucking idiot, like all these different things.
Oh my god.
So it was like the iconic toxic fandom that Scream talks about all the time. Those were the kind of people that were super mad at me.
Oh my god, dude. Man, doing these live streams or even in the comments, or sometimes, man, it's like people come in here and they share unpopular opinions, or think because I say, oh man, I didn't like X, Y, or Z, that they have to think that, or I'm gonna be pissed at them for liking it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, man, that's bullshit. Like, we're all horror fans. We're all family here, man. Like, if you got enjoyment out of something, good for you.
Absolutely.
Happen to, but that's nuts.
Like, oh yeah. But I mean, that's the thing, I'm not going to sit here and make a dishonest review just to try to please everybody. You know what I mean? Because then you're not going to please everybody. You're still the people who hate the movie, you're still going to hate it. So you can't win. So you just got to be honest and take what comes with it. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, if they're following a review channel and they want to hear your opinion, then,
yeah. And if you unsubscribe, that's fine, because you clearly don't like my opinion. So whatever.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude. And I applaud you for going forward with it, because then after you got that result, then you published like the spoiler heavy review and kind of doubled down on it.
I did, and I'll tell you, I gave it a 3 out of 5, so I don't think that's that horrible of a
Mm-hmm.
review. I just thought there were a lot of, plot holes and some stupid shit in the movie, to be honest with you, that I wasn't a huge fan of. That's all.
Yeah, see, man, I wasn't one of those people that ate the film's ass either. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I was like, it's a 5.5 out of 10 to me, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like there
it's
was some,
good, but
yeah, it was, there's stuff that they did that just made it. There wasn't. My big complaint was it was very low stakes.
yeah, yeah. It was. That's actually one of my biggest complaints too.
Yeah.
And what do people plot armor? There's a lot of plot armor. There's nobody's getting killed. I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil anything, but not enough people. I don't know if I'm allowed to spoil anything, but not enough people are getting killed in this movie. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah, and then when you think that they do or they show something to kind of get you this emotional reaction, they walk that shit back five
Yeah.
minutes later. It's like, what? Give
Yep.
me something, man. Because if I go in thinking, well, the whole fucking cast is untouchable, then why am I
Hmm.
watching this?
That's honestly, and I thought when they did Scream 5 and killed Dewey, which was such a big thing,
Yeah.
that Scream 6 they would be okay with whatever, but they were like, "Oh no, not we're going to reel this back and keep everything just nice and safe for when we want to make Scream 7."
Oh my god, man. And yeah, man, and I don't know about you, dude, but I definitely had some problems with some of the characters just being overly annoying.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And even God, what's his name? The guy who played the detective, Dermot something.
Dermot
Maroney?
Maroney or
Maroney?
something.
Yeah, I think that's it. Detective Bailey. He's I like him usually in movies, but in this
Mhm.
particular movie, I don't know. It was a little cartoonish of a performance, I thought.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend were talking about that while we watched it. Was like, we know this guy can act.
Uh-huh.
What is he doing in this movie? I mean, it's like, it's almost like if you like contacted your crazy uncle and was like, dude, I'm just gonna put you in this movie and I want you to act crazy. And he,
Yeah.
it's like this guy wasn't an actor, man. Like,
No, it's like he came in on his off day, you know what I mean? He's like, "Oh, I'll just bang this out real quick." Like
oh my god. And final complaint with it, because I see a lot of posts on Insta and Facebook about it being in New York and like which did it better. Jason Takes, man, dude, Scream 6, you do not get any New York in the movie.
honestly, dude, I said the same thing in my review. There's hardly any New York. They do what they do, the bodega. They have some apartments, which I guess you can call New York. You know what I mean? Oh, and the subway.
Yeah, you get a subway because that's quintessential New York, people.
Yeah, like that's if I'm not mistaken, I think that might be just about all of the New York you get.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. They made such a huge deal out of it too. The marketing was insane
Uh,
for this movie.
hell yeah, it was.
Insane.
Insane, man. And then, yeah, like Dragon Blue says, because it wasn't filmed in New York.
No, yeah, Canada, right? Canada.
Yeah, hell yeah. And man, like I said, though, I applaud you for being honest though, because there's a lot. That is one problem I have had with some of the horror media outlets in the past. Certain websites will say, or
Mhm.
certain um, personalities will say, who like won't touch things because their friends are in it.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, everybody on the planet thinks this is a shitty movie. Why are you telling us it's a 5 out of 5?
Yeah,
Like,
honestly, dude, that is really the case. And like even personally, like I don't even want to necessarily say the movie, I guess, but there's a movie that I enjoy, but it definitely
mm-hmm,
has its problems. And I happen to know a few of the people that are involved with the movie.
mm-hmm,
And they're really, really cool people. But even when I still made a review about it, and I still said how I actually felt about the movie. Because
yeah.
again, there's so many people that are just like riding that D all the way to the finish line. And I am just trying to be honest with my critique.
yeah. Yeah, man, it's hard, and it takes integrity to do stuff like
Mm,
that. I mean, I went on um this one dude, he wanted to do a collab video with me, and I knew I was going to get shit on for it, but he was going to cover like the best zombie movies, and I was going to cover the worst or something like that. And dude, one movie I knew I was going to get fucking shit on because I don't like it was Dead Alive.
Dead
And
Alive.
yeah, I got torn to shreds for that shit, man. I was like, I do not like this movie. I just don't get it. And oh my god. So that's my Scream 6, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, no one's ever agreed with me. Like, yeah, dude, you're right. That movie sucked balls. Like, no, like I didn't even get that, man. Oh my god. But dude, so I was going to ask you though, taking it to our love for horror films, man. Do you remember what your first horror movie was?
That's actually a question. Like when I go live with people, that's a question that like always gets asked, and I still don't really know the answer. I know that when I was a kid, because here's the thing: a lot of people that are huge into horror start watching it very young. I started watching it young, but it wasn't my favorite genre of movie. But like for example, my mom, she doesn't really like horror movies. My dad loved them, and I didn't live with my dad all that long, but when I did, he would have things like Tales from the Crypt would be on, Nightmare on Elm Street used to be on, Friday the 13th, things like that. And I would sit down and I would watch them. Like one of the first things I probably remember watching is the original Nightmare on Elm Street. So that may be one of the first movies I saw as a horror movie, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh my god. Okay, man.
What about
you?
That
I was hoping you wouldn't ask. Yeah, I couldn't answer it either. I was one of those that watched horror movies when I was very little. I remember watching Halloween 4 and 5 very young. Oh my god, Child's Play. Tons, man. I would go to the video store and see posters for horror movies, and that's just all I'd want to watch.
Yeah.
I can't remember the first one though, man.
Yeah. That's hard, man. That's hard to figure that one out.
Yeah, that's a toughie, dude. But what's your favorite scary movie?
My favorite one is, well, I don't know. I have a couple, but my favorite one right now might be probably, I mean, it's not really scary, but my favorite horror movie might be Devil's Rejects or House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't really put them up there with like Friday the 13th necessarily and stuff, but those might be my favorite. I mean, that's probably where I'll land today, but if you ask me in a week, I might have a different answer for you.
Oh man, okay, that's cool though. I've actually been to the filming locations of House of a Thousand Corpses and the Devil's Rejects. Yeah, that was really fun. That was a really fun trip. It's just out in the desert,
awesome,
though.
Man. Yeah, that's so cool. I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah, it's so weird to like be at the apartments or the motel, and there's those yellow doors, and you're just like, oh my god.
Where is that at? I don't remember.
It was in Cali. I can't remember. Yeah. And Captain Spaulding's Chicken Shack, I was in that as well, and it's in the desert too. And they actually use it for commercials. The Chicken Shack?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of those. Somebody owns it and they rent it out to different studios or whatever. And it just so happens the day I was there, the guy who owned it was there because he was about to meet up with someone from AT&T because AT&T wanted to film a commercial there where like somebody's out in the desert and they lose service and then AT&T saves the day or something like.
Yeah, you got that guy, the "Can you hear me now" guy shows up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's cool, man. I love the Devil's Rejects. I'm still like iffy on House of a Thousand.
House of a Thousand, I like it, but I will tell you my biggest thing with that is towards the end, that movie just falls into fucking pieces. I don't know what's happening at the end of House of 1000 Corpses. I like it, but it's nuts, man.
Yeah, man. Agreed, but I love the aesthetic. Rob Zombie is always great about getting the art team on point, man. And the lighting and cinematography. Oh man.
Yeah.
This is my design, dude. Subscribe up, brother, man. Definitely appreciate it. Hit up Derek as well. Yeah, his link to his YouTube channel is in the in the description below, so check that out. But yeah, dude, Devil's Rejects. Oh my god, what a crazy ass ride of a movie that is.
Oh yeah, and that is like it's so much different somehow than House of 1000 Corpses.
Yeah, it's vastly different.
And then Three from Hell, but that's its own thing.
Oh man, yeah, we don't mention that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that movie around here.
Who would be your favorite slasher, dude?
Favorite slasher? I don't know, man. I want to just say Freddy Krueger, but it's hard, man, because I don't want my favorite slasher to be like a pedo. So I try to change it, but honestly, he might be my favorite slasher. If I'm going aside from that, I might go Leatherface. But
damn, okay.
What about you?
Okay. Oh man, Jason.
Oh, Jason. Okay.
Yeah, absolute, man. Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives all the way for me.
Jason is badass. You're not wrong.
Hell yeah, man. Is there a horror trope that you love?
A horror trope?
Yeah,
like a group?
No, like a oh god, like God, I'm trying to think of the adjective for or just the fucking something that typical you see in horror films, like the girls are going to get naked, or don't have sex or you'll die, or
yeah, like kind of like a cliche or something like that.
Yeah, cliche. God, there we go.
Yeah, you got to explain it to me like I'm 5. But yeah, okay. So what was the question? So is there anything I don't like? Is there like
is there one that you love? You're like, oh man, give me those boobies, ladies, or
smoke absolutely. I'm always gonna root for the boobies, but
oh man,
I mean, is there one that I love? I don't know. I mean, there's always, the don't have sex, or you're gonna get murdered by some crazy villain. So I mean that's kind of a fun one, but and the don't drink or do drugs, just those kind of the Scream rules. But yeah, I mean nothing really comes to mind aside from those. What about you?
Well, I was going to get to Chad Edmonds here real quick. He says Chad Edmonds, black guy is first to die. That is actually untrue. I actually saw, believe this shit or not, I saw statistics on this. Someone actually did the research, and that only happens like when a black character is actually in a movie. Them being the first to die only happens like 2% of the time.
This could be your next video.
That should be it's or yours, man. You can have it. We'd probably get some cancel shit going on.
No, I don't want it, but you can have it.
Yeah, no shit. Somebody'd be like, well, what about Kincaid from Nightmare on Elm Street 4, bitch? And we're like, oh fuck, that just shatters that whole argument.
Yeah.
A trope I love. Oh my god, there's I don't know, man. I think when you see the potheads come out of the woodwork and you're like, oh shit, they done goofed, man.
That's true. I feel like that happens in Freddy versus Jason. I feel like there's a good one for that, if I remember correctly.
For sure, dude. And then is there one a cliche you hate, man? It could be like the false scare. It could be like, oh, somebody threw a cat through a fucking window and it scared the cat. Like, the car won't start is another.
Oh, dude, that is a bad one though. The car won't start really might be my lead. I was gonna think on that question until you said it, but that really might be it. That and the you're gonna run 20 feet through the woods and then just fall on your face, and then this guy who's walking slow as shit is gonna catch up to you immediately. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what This Is My Design says. I love how the killer doesn't run, but somehow always catches up. There you go, man. Oh my God. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, now we're gonna hit you a little bit hard here because you go to cons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the coolest celebrity that you've met?
So not the most famous, right? The coolest.
Yeah.
Because the coolest is probably, well, there's a couple, but the first two that come to mind are Jeff Daniel Phillips and Richard Brake. Obviously not huge celebrities necessarily, but when I met them, out of everyone at all of these cons I've gone to, those were the absolute two most chill dudes that I have ever met. Just cool as absolute hell. I met them on a Sunday at a con. Sundays, or if you go to cons, Sundays are like a little bit slower usually. So I was one of the first people. It's funny because they were actually in the same room as Matthew Lillard and Ski Ulrich. Dragon Blues with the donation.
Yeah, Dragon Blues coming through. Now you're going to have to show off your favorite horror collectible, dude.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
But yeah, they were in the same room as Matthew Lillard and Ski Ulrich. And I remember the line was wrapped around the building because it always is for those two. And I was waiting in it, and this guy came by. He's like, hey, are you here for Matthew and Ski? And I was like, nah, man, I'm here for Richard Brake. And Jeff Daniels. So, oh, come on in. So I was the first person in the room, and I actually had to stand there and wait for them to show up because Richard Brake was like just coming in with like a coffee and everything, getting ready. But anyway, two chillest dudes, and I got to add Danny Trejo to that list because he was cool as shit too.
Oh man, that's wicked. That's really wicked. Yeah, man. Richard Brake has to be cool because I know on Halloween 2, some of the film was lost. All of the footage with Richard Brake was damaged. And his ass had already like flown back to London and they had to bring him back.
Wow. I did not know that. That is a very fun thing I just learned.
Yeah, man. So that son of a bitch must be like a team player right there, man. Like,
here, let me show you. Let me grab you my coolest collectible.
Yeah, let's check it out, man. Damn, look at Kills a Lot Gaming. None of them as cool as Big Steve. That's right, baby. Thank you, son. Yeah. I love it, baby. Oh, Chad meeting Christy Swanson. How was that, dude? I would love to know what that experience was like. Right now, thanks to Dragon Blues with the tip of 10 buckarooskies, Derek is getting his coolest horror collectible. We're about to check it out, baby. Let's see what he's got. Oh my God. Okay. I see who this is.
Now I've got some cool stuff, and I have some stuff that's signed by a lot of people that's like it's worth a lot of money and stuff. I'm not trying to brag, just saying that they're really cool. But this actually might be my favorite. And I'll tell you why. This is Dr. Satan from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yes.
But this is like a custom made bust. It's not really a mask because you can't fit your head in it, but it's by Your Dream Creations is the guy's name, and I see he's still making them. He makes them a little different than this one, but this is probably my favorite because this is done by hand, man. This is molded, whatever they do. I can't make a mask. I can't make a bust, but this hand painted. Like it's just so cool, man. You got like these teeth in here that are like they feel like real teeth. So it's again, there's some cool stuff that I'd say, oh yeah, this might be the best thing, whatever. But this is my favorite as far as the collection goes, I think, right now.
Dude, that is wicked. Thank you for showing that off to us, and thank you for Dragon Blues making it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my God, I see the Scary Movie ghost face there.
Oh, you see it?
Wada!
What's up?
Oh my God, that's badass. So our next goal is up. $10 more. Derek names a popular horror movie that he hates.
Oh no, you guys are gonna hate me.
Yeah, dude, we're throwing you in the hot water, man. You're
I have a tendency to make people unsubscribe from my channel when this question gets brought up.
if that's the question, man, are they going to unsubscribe from my channel?
Yeah, as long as you don't agree with me, then you're good.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'll be. Yeah, dude, if I see the chat go wayward, I'm like, what? Derek's fucking crazy, man. That movie's badass.
No, I don't know this guy.
Who? Oh my God. Okay, so, but yeah, you intrigued me when you were talking about the coolest horror celebrities you met. You said, okay, so we're not talking about the most famous. So now I gotta know. Yeah, who was the most famous you've ever met?
Well, that's kind of tricky because I'm not really sure. Now I will say, like, at these conventions, everyone, like, usually for people who don't go to conventions, they have like a headliner. I guess you'd call it, like a big name to draw the crowd in, and then most of the other people are like B-list, C-list, D-list celebrities, and a few other decent ones thrown in. But I mean, I met Robert Englund. That's definitely a big name. He's a really cool guy. Funny enough, I didn't have as great of an experience as everybody else does when they meet Robert Englund, but I did meet him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It's just it's a very long wait. If you ever go to meet him, it's I spent an entire day of the convention. I spent like 10 hours waiting in line to meet him. And then when I finally got up to meet him, he talked so much through the whole ordeal. He never stops talking. He has so many things to say, which is fine, but he doesn't sign while he's speaking. So he stops to tell a 5-minute story every time. And by the time I got up to him, he was still telling a story, but somebody came in and yelled at him because it was getting too late. And they're like, we got to cut this line off. So you got to hurry up. And so he started signing while he was actually talking. But at this point, by the time I got to him, he's still telling a story, looking at the people around me. So I might have and kind of pushed it away. I was like, okay, I didn't even really get a chance to, I don't talk to these people that much, but I do like to, meet them, shake their hand, whatever. So it wasn't necessarily a bad experience. It just wasn't as good as a lot of other people seem to have. But still, really, really glad I got to meet him. I wouldn't, I wouldn't take it back. So
hell yeah. Well, that was that kind of leads into my next question, man. Who was a celebrity you met that it's like, dude, they were a dick? Or like just worst celebrity encounter, man?
I have two of them, so I'll try to make it short. But the first one was the most recent. It wasn't, again, I don't want to say it was necessarily a dick, but it wasn't a great experience. Again, partially my fault in this case, but it was Derek Mears who played Jason in the Friday the 13th remake, right? So,
shit.
And again, everyone who has met this guy, like in all of time, has said this is the coolest guy ever. So I don't want to talk shit. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's a really awesome guy. But I had a bad experience because this particular video or this particular con, I was trying to film a video. And I like to try to film when I go to the cons, but I'm learning more and more as I go that they don't like that. So the convention and some of the guests don't like when you film them. So this time when I went, I was like telling my wife, I was like, all right, listen, we always get like the good stuff. Like we always get all the happy-go-lucky stuff about a con, but this time I want to make a video about like gearing up to go to the con and the bad things that happen and the good things that happen, and try to show a whole experience for people who can't go, because that's what I would want to see. And I was going in Derek Mears' line. He was, I think, the first person I was trying to get an autograph from that day on my Jason mask. And I was in his line. I wait through the whole line, and I have a video of this on my channel if anybody wants to watch it. But I get up to his table and I pay for the autograph, and I have the camera out, or my wife does, I should say, because my wife was filming behind me, and she had the camera out, and I was like, okay, this time I'm going to ask these celebrities if I can videotape them so that they don't, get upset. So I was like, okay, I'm going to ask them. And if they say no, then we're just going to cut it out, whatever. But I was like, keep the camera rolling in the meantime, which again, might've been my fault in this situation, because he started telling a story to the person in front of me, and they said something about, he had a picture on his table that had him pulling away a body bag or something like that, or a body bag. And it was really cool. And they said, oh, was there really a body in there? And obviously there wasn't, but he was telling the story, and he was like, yeah, actually there's not a real body in there. But what they do is we actually put like a dummy or something in there, and then we added some stuff to create the weight of a real body. And they started talking about like his actual makeup and stuff. And I was like, this is fucking cool. I want to catch this on camera.
Yeah.
So I told my wife, I was like, move the camera over there a little bit, because I want to hear what he's saying. And you could see in the video that I took that he starts telling the story, and then he looks over at me. He sees the camera.
No.
He sees the camera, and then he just stops talking. He looks at me like this, and he goes, hey. And he said, what'd he say? He's like, do you mind? It's really rude to film people without their permission, or something like that. And my wife put down the camera real quick, and she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then she just stopped recording. And then I got up to him, and I was like, hey man, listen, I'm sorry about that whole thing. I was like, I'm making a YouTube video documenting the convention. My bad. Like, I was going to ask you, but I got carried away. And he was like, no, it's cool. But then he went on like this 5-minute spiel in front of everyone. I had a whole crowd of people listening behind me. He stood up. He was saying it super loud, like a teacher or like a parent would. And he's like, it's okay, man. He's like, I just don't like being filmed. He's like, I don't think a lot of people here would like that, because we feel like an animal in like a petting zoo when you do that. And you could take this footage and manipulate it. And I could say something like, I forget what he says, like, I like Dick Van Dyke or something, and you could change that and cut it, and he'll just say, I like Dick. So now your headline's going to say like Derek Mears loves Dick, which was really funny. But it was so awkward. And then after that, he tried to like go back, and he was like, all right, so do you want to film this? And I was like, well, maybe, like, I don't know.
Yeah, so, fuck.
He's like, well, you could take a video of me signing the mask if you want. So then he sat like super perfect and like stared at the camera inside the mask. I was like, I don't know if he's doing this to be nice or be a dick, but that may have been like the worst experience, because I wasn't that embarrassed, because I brushed things off pretty easy. My wife was a little embarrassed though, because of the whole situation. She felt bad. But I was like, don't blame it on me. Blame it on Derek's horror stuff. It's fine. Blame it on the YouTube channel. And then the other time, I won't tell a big story about this one, but the other time I met Ed Sheridan. Is that his name? Is that his name, Ed Sheridan? Dave Sheridan. Dave Sheridan. Not Ed Sheridan.
Okay.
Dave
I was
Sheridan.
like, wait. Okay.
From Deputy Doofy in Scary Movie. But he was also in Devil's Reject. I wanted to get him to sign something, but I had such a miscommunication with the price that he gave me that I actually, and I have this on my channel too, I actually ended up taking my money back from him and being like, no, I'm good. I don't want your autograph. I took the money out of his hand and walked away.
Shit!
So there were two not so great accounts.
How much did he want for the autograph?
So I had a Devil's Rejects, or I'm sorry, I had 2 House of a Thousand Corpses posters, I think. Is that what he's in? No, Devil's Rejects. I had 2 Devil's Rejects posters. I wanted him to sign. I took him up. I asked the handler that was standing next to him, because again, if you guys don't know, a lot of the time they'll have somebody who takes the money and does all the work for them. They just sign. So I asked this guy, I said, how much for an autograph? He said, $30. I said, oh, okay, cool. So I had 2 posters, so I figured $60. So I got up to Dave, and this guy didn't even take the money. Dave was the one taking the money then. So I was like, whatever. So I was like, okay, I got 2 posters. He said, okay, that's $60. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I give him $60. And he goes, well, that's 2 posters. And I said, yeah, that's 2 posters. And he said, well, for $60, you get like an autograph, and then you get an 8x10 off the table. I was like, well, and I was so confused. I'm like, okay, I'll take this 8x10. And he's like, okay, cool. But that still only counts for 1 poster. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, I was so fucking confused. And then he's like, no, it's 60 per poster. I was like, oh fuck. And I was like, I don't want to pay $60 per poster for Dave Sheridan's autograph. So, so I was like, all right. And he goes, I was so confused, and I had the money out. I gave him the $60 already. I had the posters in my hands, and the guy next to him was like, oh, you want me to hold some stuff for you? And I was like, well, okay, here's what we'll do. I was like, I'll hold this. And I took the money back from him. And I said, and then I'm going to go. And I turned around.
What? Yeah. Fucking face scratch voted, baby.
And funny enough, my wife caught most of that on camera. So that is also in a video on my page.
That's kind of badass, man.
I still want the autograph on there, but yeah, not $60 a piece personally.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking $120 for Dave Sheridan. Jesus,
that's what I'm saying. That I had the money at the time, but I was like, I don't want to spend that much. Freddy Krueger himself at the time was $100, and I was like, that seems like a lot to me, but that's Freddy Krueger. But Dave Sheridan being 60.
Yeah, Jonas says, man, I met him too for free because he happened to be hanging out with Felissa Rose. He was really nice and told me funny stories.
He's always hanging out with her. I always see him at cons with her.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Like, yeah, I like Chad here. He's like, that's the ultimate Uno reverse card. That's badass.
I actually left. It was like an outdoor thing. It was a small convention, but I left right after that because I was like so embarrassed. I was so confused still.
Dude, I am so confused on the Derek Mears thing because I actually remember this. I don't know if you do or not, man, but when the Friday 13th remake came out, I thought that son of a bitch must be so cool because you could add his gamer tag on Xbox and he would play with you.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, as part of promotion for Friday the 13th.
That's
I was
awesome,
like, oh
actually,
man,
yeah.
he must be a total bro, but dude, I know what you're talking about, man. That shit would be so ridiculous. Like,
yeah, and again, I don't want to put it out there and make it sound like he's an asshole because I don't think he actually is. I just think that the situation was not a good experience for myself.
Yeah, but also, man, it's like these people, like they complained about you filming and stuff, and they're like, it makes us feel like caged animals. It's like, guess what, dude? You're at a con. This is kind of like a zoo.
Like we're literally feeding you right now. Like I'm giving you $50 to sign this mask. Like and talk to you for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's the whole fucking point of a con. It's like seriously, like it's kind of weird, but like cons are like you're paying people to be nice to you.
Oh, it is. It is, and that's why I always end up behind all these people who are like fanboying and fangirling or whatever over these guests, and I don't usually get like that because I understand that this is a job for them. This is like their side hustle to their actual job because they'll cancel at a moment's notice if they get like a filming opportunity or something. But yeah, I don't go crazy over it. And honestly, lately I haven't gone to any cons because of that. I've been feeling like, do I want to pay this person $60 to scribble their name on something and push me away after 2 seconds? And I'm not even allowed to film anymore. So like, is it worth anything?
Yeah, man, and yeah, man, that's just a super unprofessional way to do that too, man.
It was weird
because the way the fandom is, man. We've talked a little bit about the toxic fandom tonight. Like wouldn't take much for some super fan to be like, yeah, what a dick.
Exactly. And again, I even put in my video and everything, like I told people, I'll take a little bit of responsibility for this because I didn't ask, and it's true. It's nice to ask people before you film them. But in this case, I figured, kind of like a public setting, like a convention, I could film the experience. But nah, and then I kept that whole con, I kept getting turned away by the staff too. After that moment, they just, I went to Dana De Lorenzo's table from Ash vs. Evil Dead. Cool as shit. But we tried to sneak a little video and the con guy came by. He's like, no filming.
Damn.
Like, damn, man. We can't get anything.
Yeah. So are like cons going to be something you keep going to, or are you kind of like falling back on those?
I don't know, to be honest with you, because like I started going to cons really late, like only like maybe 5 years ago or something like that. But people have been going for 20 plus years are always like, oh yeah, I remember when these autographs were free or it was $20. Now it's like I got to pay you $60 to get your autograph, another $50 or $60 if I want a photo with you at your table, a stupid, shitty, unprofessional photo. So I'm at $120 just so you could sign something and then push me away, and I'm not. Again, that's their job, that's their hustle, and I respect it 100%. But for me, it's kind of getting a little out of hand, I think.
Dude, I think I remember when cons really started, like people really started to complain about the pricing and everything like that was when Robert Englund decided he was going to don the Freddy Krueger makeup for one last time, as he called it, and it was like $500 to get a
Oh, I heard
picture with
about that.
him. Yeah, and he wasn't going to wear the sweater. He wasn't just him in the makeup from the neck up.
Yeah.
It was like $500, and then of course he went on to do it multiple times. But
oh yeah,
I remember that being being a big thing, and then after that, it seems like people just started because they found out people will pay that $500.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, so everything horror collector, dude, I want to see. He says, yeah, makes sense. No actors like being on camera. Though some of them are assholes. I've had some bad experiences at cons. I would love to hear.
Yeah, let's
about
hear it.
some of those. Yeah, man. And once again, the goal right now, people, $10. Derek names a popular horror movie that he hates. Let's try to hit that. So, who is a bucket list horror celebrity that you would love to meet? That you haven't gotten to yet?
So, I don't know. I don't necessarily need, like, because normally if I meet them, it's just really for the autographs and getting my stuff signed. So originally it was actually Sherry Moon Zombie because she's really hard to come by. But now I have a few of her autographs, so I would like to meet her, but I don't need it that bad. And then the other one was actually Jamie Lee Curtis, which I think a lot of people might want to meet because she doesn't ever really. She did one convention and may or may not do another one coming up. But
damn, when did she do that?
Oh, I forget. It was years ago, but I know that I don't know if you know him, but Sean Clark, he's a cool guy. He does like Convention All Stars and has a lot of these guests. But he convinced her. I was reading an article about it. He convinced her to go do one convention, and all the money. The stipulation was all the money had to go to her charity. So that's what she did. And
okay.
So from what I understand from people who went, it was obviously a huge turnout. But yeah, it was really cool. These days, though, I don't know as much because, again, that's another autograph. I kind of just obtained one through her website when she did this autograph signing. So I don't need it as bad anymore that I would wait in line all day. But they're definitely two cool ones. What about you? Anybody you'd want to meet?
Man, I think. Oh God, so this kind of sucks. This is like a double-edged sword right here. So I would love to meet like Linda Blair.
Okay.
But I've heard bad things.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, so that sucks, man. Ellen Burstyn. There we go. I'll take her.
I don't know who that is.
It was the mom in The Exorcist.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'd totally meet her, and she was in Requiem for a Dream and put in one hell of a performance.
Yeah.
So, yes, that'd be cool. Tom Savini would be badass.
Oh, that's
a
good one, yeah.
Yes. Man, I see Stefan here is like, I'd love to meet Dick Warlock. Nick Castle sung me happy birthday last year through the cameo. That's badass.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Jonas sharing some tips here. He says the trick is to hang out around the hotel bar after the event. A lot of them hang out with each other there, and you may get to shoot the shit with them for free, depending on the place.
I have seen that.
Oh, some greaseball coming in with $10.69. Uh-oh. I can already feel you losing subscribers over this one, dude.
This might not be that bad because I've talked previously about how much I've not liked this movie. And I'll tell you right now, I don't even need to wait to get into it. For whatever reason, I hate. Well, there's a couple that I don't, but The Strangers, I hate that movie. I hate it.
Damn.
Everyone gives me this reaction, and that's why this is the one that comes to mind. But for me, man, I felt that the movie was so. I like the premise of it. I like the idea of like, these people coming to the house and it was just a random thing and they did it because they were home. But the movie was so hyped up for me that by the time I saw it, I was like, this movie is going to be badass. And it for me, like the acting was not very good, the chemistry was not very good, the storyline was okay, and then the only cool part I liked was the end when they were like, we did this because you were home. But to be honest, yeah, that's probably the movie I hate the most, and then followed by, and you're gonna hate me for this one, I don't really like Friday the 13th that much. I don't hate
what?
it, but I don't
Oh
like
my
it.
God! What? Oh my chest!
Out of all of the slasher movies, that is my least favorite.
Damn.
I don't know what you call it, franchise.
Wow.
That
Okay. Any reason? Just
I don't know what it is, man. I've tried to watch the Friday the 13th, and don't get me wrong, I've seen them, and I like some of them. Like, you know, they're iconic and everything. It's really cool. And I'm not too far from actually Camp Crystal Lake in New Jersey. So it'd be really cool. I want to check that out one day. But I don't know. I've tried to watch them. That for some reason those movies can't hold my attention, and I can't get through them. Like Freddy versus Jason, I really liked, but well, I don't know. For the most part, the Friday the 13th franchise, it just doesn't. I can't get into it. I want to, but I can't.
Damn. Okay. Okay. I see here though. I mean, you know, we got some people getting your back here. JK's taking a little bit of heat here. He's like, a movie I don't hate, but I just find overrated is Phantasm.
I've never seen Phantasm.
Oh man, I would suggest I like it. I like it a good bit. It's fucking weird, but I like it a good bit.
A lot of people talk about it. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Let's see here. And Dragon Blue's coming in with some backup. He's like, overhype really can kill it for you. I do agree with that, man. Like,
and I think that's a big part of it for me, because all my friends, because I saw it late, like I saw it after a lot of people, and they're like, you gotta see it. Crazy movie. So scary. If you are scared of home intrusions and somebody breaking into your house and killing you, you should watch this movie. But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, and I think a movie being like underhyped can have the opposite effect, because there's some where I'm like this is weird. This is a weird example here, but it's true. Like the brand new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that was on Netflix, people just shat on that, man, and I was like, it's not that bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't the best, and it damn sure wasn't the worst in that.
It was something, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, fucking that Leatherface prequel to me probably takes cake for the worst, man.
Yeah, no, I probably agree with that one.
You know, so at least it wasn't that, I'll say. But no,
I didn't hate it. I think that my Leatherface, to me, he was like, he fucking all super powerful in this one. But it reminded me a lot of Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie remake, like how brutal he is. That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah. And man, and Stefan here. Okay, I got you. Saying I don't care for part 4, the final chapter, which is Friday 13th, part 4, that much, but they like the rest, and that's surprising to me because a lot of people claim part 4 as their favorite. We've ran a poll on that before, so that's kind of crazy. Oh my God. So let's see here. All right, so we're going to get into the fun questions, man. And I mean, we're going to start wrapping it up a little bit too, folks. So if you want to throw some questions out, I've been highlighting some throughout this event that I will get to that showed up in the past. So if you stuck around, your comments will come back up. So, okay. If you could be in any horror movie from any time, what would it be?
Huh. Yeah, I always got to look around the room so I can remember all the horror movies. You know, again, I'm gonna go back to it, I think, but I would probably really like to be in House of a Thousand Corpses. I think that would be really cool. I don't want to be one of the people that dies immediately, but you know, to be like maybe a part of the Firefly family or something could be really cool.
Okay, yeah, totally, man. It sucks. Well, yeah, shit, man. Maybe if you were around back then, you could have been. Because I was going to say that's around the era when people were getting put in movies for being like for like running websites and stuff. I remember like Harry Knowles from Ain't It Cool News was in shit like The Faculty and the Texas Chainsaw remake. His decapitated head is in there. Okay, let me start this. Let's see here. Okay, man, here we go. Rapid fire, dude. I'm gonna fucking hit you with this one. Marry, fuck, kill Chucky, Leprechaun, the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna. What were Chucky, Crypt Keeper, and who?
Leprechaun.
Oh, Leprechaun. All right. Well, Leprechaun knows how to like smoke some good weed, so
that he does.
I'm gonna marry him.
Plus, he's financially stable.
That's facts, dude. He has a good amount of money when it doesn't get stolen from him.
Hell yeah, he does.
Chucky's getting killed fast, dude. So that means I'm fucking the Crypt Keeper. I'm gonna punt that little motherfucker right out here.
But dude, some might argue that the Crypt Keeper is a dead fuck.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're getting rid of Chucky, man, just like that. Huh?
I like Chucky too, but yeah, he's a little asshole. He's getting booted.
Dude, you never know. He might be feisty in bed. That's all I'll say.
He's gonna get into all the crevices.
Yeah, there you go, man. Dude, okay, so what would you do or be if nothing stood in your way? Money is not a problem. Education isn't a problem. What would you be?
I don't know. Something I actually want to do once I'm waiting because I'm going to try to move out of state. But once I move out of state, I was trying to actually open up a like a horror toy and collectible kind of store. So that's probably actually what I'd want to do. I'd want to own my own store that specializes in cool shit, because then I just sit there all day and just talk about cool shit. So you can't beat it.
Yeah, man. Then it's like a tax write-off. You get to have all the cool shit.
Dude. You get to take all the coolest stuff home with you.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Oh my god, man. Well, you'd have one customer. I would be there. I'd like hang out all day, you know?
Yeah.
That would be sweet as hell. All right, folks, that's it for my fun questions. So we're going to get to some of the audience comments here. And like I said, throw them in, guys. If you have questions, right now is the time. So here we have JP asking, how do YouTubers make sustainable income? That's a loaded question right there.
Hell if I know.
Okay, so once you hit a certain threshold on YouTube, you are approved for the YouTube Partner Program. I think it's like 1,000 subscribers and like 400 hours of watch. Some crazy shit. Oh, 1,000 hours of watch time?
It's 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, and then you get into the YouTube Partner Program, and then you make a certain percentage of ad revenue based off of the advertisers that are shown on your channel, and based on the niche you're in, income varies wildly.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody, for instance, in tech, who is pushing stuff like, camera gear, televisions, iPhones, watches, and stuff like that are high ticket items, you're going to get higher ad revenue and stuff like that. And healthcare, real estate, stuff like that.
And I'll tell you too, that's like one, that's a huge source for a lot of YouTubers, not necessarily myself, but a lot of YouTubers get a lot of money off ads, but they also get a lot of sponsors. Sponsors are another big thing for them. Like Dead Meat, for example, most of his videos are done with sponsors because Google AdSense doesn't want to pay him for most of the videos that he puts out.
Yeah, so Dead Meat, now that he's in a little bit of a conundrum there, because Dead Meat is the most subscribed to horror channel on YouTube. Millions of subscribers, if I'm not mistaken, at this point.
Yeah.
Shit tons of views. And yeah, like you said, man, so YouTube, if you don't meet what quality guidelines or whatever the hell they call it now, it's like
Mhm.
then your video is not approved for monetization. His or not. So yeah, he has to hunt down sponsorships.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of people, even if you are approved for YouTube monetization, you're still going to make far more money if you have video sponsors.
Let me ask you a question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but do you ever
Yeah.
have a hard time with your videos getting monetized? Because every once in a while I get that yellow money symbol
Mm-hmm.
because they don't like the horror stuff that I have in there.
Um,
Or do you usually get past it?
I usually get past it. I'm like,
How do you think you get past it? You just edit it, like you trim it down a lot, or?
one thing I started doing was the main problem I had was the content claims.
Yeah,
And so I started inserting myself into the videos
I've
here
noticed
and
that.
there. Yeah, they used to be I used to do pretty much like faceless videos.
Mm.
Um yeah, man. The only ones I have problems with is if I do something on serial killers.
Really? Okay, that's very interesting.
Yeah, if I now there's been a couple lately where I get the yellow symbol or like none, and if I request a human review, they'll come on and fully monetize it.
I'm too scared to do that now. The last time I did that, that's when they flagged my channel and took it down.
Oh
So now,
shit!
and it was for something
Oh,
completely different. So now I'm like, oh fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother.
oh my god, yeah, that would be scary as shit, man.
But
But
yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, I don't have that problem that much.
Good.
But yeah, I know you. I know like you have done kill counts, and I know Dead Meat does kill counts only, pretty much.
Yeah.
So his are pretty rough in
Yeah.
that aspect, and horror gets shit on, man.
Yeah.
Um, horror gets shit on. Like if, for instance, I found this out. If you go to certain platforms like Instagram
Mm.
and you search just hashtag horror, you have to fucking agree that you're
I
not
know
going
what
to
you're
kill
gonna say.
yourself or somebody else.
Yeah. Same. That's on Facebook too. Every time I search horror, it's like, oh, we see you're looking for this keyword. Do you need help? Do you need somebody to talk to?
Yeah, 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 man. That yeah, horror gets a bad rap, dude.
Oh
But
yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe try the um, yeah, try the manual reviews again. But I don't want to lead you
I'm
down a
scared, man. I'll just wing it. I'll find a
yeah.
sponsor somewhere someday.
Oh my god, yeah. So sponsors, yeah. The cool thing is once you get big enough, you can pretty much anybody will sponsor you. Like Linus Tech Tips, he'll get sponsored by a fucking water company,
You
and
know,
he's
love
making
sponsoring people.
yeah,
Manscaped. Manscaped
yeah,
loves sponsoring people.
yeah. There you go, man. And they're not like nobody has a YouTube dedicated to shaving your nuts. So,
I might. YouTube horror is getting shit on, so I might change this niche real quick.
no doubt, man. Yeah, dude. So there's that, JP. Sponsorships, and then you can find out other ad revenue sources, like just diversify as much as you can. You could do stuff like sell a product, your own product that you create, merch, which I'm having problems with that, man. Do you have a merch vendor for your channel yet?
A merch vendor? No.
Oh, okay.
I was
I
using
was,
like Teespring or whatever for a little bit making t-shirts, but I
yeah.
pulled those back for now.
Yeah, Teespring, I was with them forever, but man, they take like 1 to
Yeah,
2 months to get people their shit.
it take a while. I had Redbubble too for a little bit, but they started flagging me for copyright shit. Even stuff I made myself, like I actually designed and drew things
What?
myself. And then funny enough, actually, I have behind me, you can't really see it, but I
Mm-hmm.
did a portrait drawing of Rob Zombie and a bunch of other of the like Captain Spaulding, all the different icons from the movies. And I really like it. So I was going to put it on t-shirts and I
Uh-huh.
put it up on Redbubble and I got a copyright claim. And it said, your content has been removed due to a copyright claim from Robert Wolfgang Zombie. So funny enough, I posted a screenshot of that on my Instagram, and I said, "Oh, my apologies to Robert Wolfgang Zombie," and Rob Zombie commented on it and was like, "Well, I certainly didn't report that," and I was like, "That's cool, man."
Damn, fucking
I don't use
A.
Redbubble, but that was cool as shit.
Yeah, that is, man. Let's see here. Stefan says, I like your Friday the 13th part 2, Jason, dude. Thank you. Thank you very much. We got this side. Got tater sacks standing around back there. Love him. Living Dead dolls, man. Did you ever collect any of those?
Yeah, I have a couple of them. I have I try not to get too into them because when I start to collect things, I start to become a completionist and get super into it.
Oh.
So I told myself I never would, but I do have a couple. I have like a Michael Myers behind me, a Ash vs. or an Evil Dead. And I have the House of a Thousand Corpses because you got to have those if you collect that stuff like I do. So.
Oh yeah, of course. Nate Blanche saying, "Oh, I don't have thumbnails on much of my videos, so maybe that's why I'm a small YouTuber, brother. You got to go with the custom thumbnails.
Gotta.
Absolutely. If you don't, YouTube will automatically take a frame from your video, and that's just not good.
And it's usually something where you're talking, you look like this.
Yeah, not good. This is my design. Says the worst con experience I had was meeting Charles Band. I would love to hear your story about that. It's hard to imagine Charles Band being anything other than like a knockoff version of Lloyd Kaufman at this point. Sorry, Charles. There is Jonas. We've already covered that one. Let's see. What horror franchise doesn't get enough love? Mine is Pumpkinhead, hands down. Ooh, that's a good question, dude. Doesn't get enough love. And it's a franchise.
That is tough when it's a franchise. Because that means there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. Candyman is one that flies up, like the original, but the sequels weren't good. So.
Well, yeah. That is tricky.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. This is my design. I would love Phantasm. There you go. I'll throw Phantasm out there. I don't think it gets enough love because it didn't make enough for Ravager to be a good film. Like and have a decent budget. Okay, here's one. JP wants to know, does all the time you spend on YouTube take away of pursuing full-time employment?
I mean, I'll tell you, for me, I am a full-time worker. I have an actual job. I go to work. I went to work today and I came home and I did this. So, no, not really. I mean, on my days off, it eats up a lot of time. When I'm spending all that time editing the videos, which again, I'm sure you know all about that because you edit your videos probably more than I do. So you put a lot of work in, and it shows, and I love that. But no, for me, I don't think it does. I don't know about you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah, it eats up. I mean, it eats up a shit ton of time. Like it's, yes, it definitely does take time away from full-time employment and other things for sure.
I'll tell you this: if I had a sustainable income one day from YouTube, then for sure I would 100% put all my time into this. But because my channel's still smaller and I'm still working on developing it, it's definitely for me not that difficult right now. But for you, I mean, you got a lot of video. You're putting out videos constantly. I see your videos, so I know that I know you're putting in a lot of time.
Yeah, man. Right now we are balls deep in 30 days of Talk Horror. So I'm doing a stream every day, and oh man.
What day is this for you?
This is the 5th day, I think.
Oh, so you got plenty of time to go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah, man. This is my design. Said this stream has been so entertaining thus far. Great job, y'all. Inspiration following through me right now. Hell yeah, dude. Love it, man. Kick YouTube's ass, man. Kick its ass. JK wants to know, how do you survive the demon from It Follows?
Don't ask me. I haven't seen It Follows.
Oh. Yeah, JK, I don't think you can, man. I think that is something that at best you can delay that demon. I don't. JP says, I read that Joe Rogan makes 100K per podcast. Yes, he does. Shit tons of money. This is my design wants to know what are some tips for growing a horror YouTube channel. Stick with it. Be consistent as humanly possible. Don't take a break for your mental health or otherwise.
Don't post any sexually gratifying content
so
your channel doesn't get removed.
And no weapons, man. Like don't come on live stream or in one of your videos you're just holding a gun or something.
You know, I've been trying to even kind of cut out some of the weapons in like the kill ranking and kind of videos and stuff like that, just because of that.
Yeah, it's scary, man. Yeah, YouTube will scare the shit out of you because they will send you stuff like, we're cracking down on this type of content, and it scares you, man. So yeah, just stick with it. Don't take a break. We even saw Dead Meat, like I said, the biggest horror YouTuber in the game. He went on Twitter. I think he just lost his dad.
Damn.
And yeah, something like that. Something was going on with his dad, I think, man. And he even posted saying, like, my schedule's a little bit messed up right now because of what's going on with my dad, but I'll literally throw up something so YouTube doesn't punish me. That's how scary and hardcore the YouTube algorithm is, dude. So
I'll give you one more tip actually on that note. What I've noticed, YouTube Shorts, man, you got to go YouTube Shorts right now because YouTube is trying to do what everyone's trying to do what TikTok does.
Yeah.
Instagram now, Shorts, Facebook, Reels. Or I'm sorry, Instagram and Facebook both have Reels. So I got on those now, and they do monetization for those, which is cool. You get Reels bonuses and stuff, which they just got rid of. But either way, Shorts could be huge. I got a short I put up, has the dumbest sound clip I've ever heard. It's like 5 seconds long, and the end of it is just like a woman moaning super loud or some shit. But it got 80,000 views overnight. Like you take 5 seconds of a video versus a video I spent 5 hours on, and I got 80,000 views overnight and got a shitload of subscribers. So Shorts, man, they're hit or miss, but try it.
That's a great tip. Yeah, especially if you're a smaller channel. Shorts all day long. You have nothing to lose from doing those.
No, I posted a few today alone. It takes a couple seconds.
Yeah, and right now they're still trying to ban TikTok.
Yeah,
and everything else, like you said, is trying to become TikTok. Yep. So if TikTok disappears, that market's going to flood somewhere.
Yeah,
there's plenty of alternatives. So, and if you're going to do it, I would suggest diversifying. If you're making shorts anyway, man, it takes nothing just to repost them across every other platform.
It's so great. It's so easy.
Yeah. Throw them up on TikTok too, man. You will grow a following super fast on there.
Yep.
Dragon Blue says, dude, Steven, we need to hit up Manscaped. I think me and Derek both are going to do that as soon as we get off of here.
I may have already.
Really?
No, not really, but I'll send him a message in a minute.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be badass. JK, the demon from It Follows versus the demon from Smile, which is scarier? I am going with It Follows all day long, man. My PP gets me in enough trouble. I don't want a demon after it.
Just Manscaped.
Yeah, it's just Manscaped, man. Oh my God. All right, folks. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you all for being in here, and thank you for helping us hit our donation goals. We love it. Man, thank you, Derek, for being on here, dude. This was a blast. We're going to have to do this again, man. I feel like we could talk for hours.
I can definitely talk for hours. So I appreciate you having me on though. It's an honor for me to be here. So thank you so much, man.
Absolutely, dude. And man, I look forward to your next video. Anything in the pipeline?
I got a couple things. I had a couple ideas jotted down. So we'll see where they land, but I got a couple I'm hoping to get finished this week.
Badass. Once again, hey, y'all don't want to miss that, man. His YouTube link is in the description below. Make sure you check that out. Hook him up with a follow. Damn, everything horror collector coming in. 50 buckarooskies, man. Thank you, Brother Jack, dude. Yeah. He wants to know.
Does he have anything good for sale?
Yeah.
I don't right now, but when I have more cool shit for sale, I usually post it on Instagram. So you can follow my Instagram. You can find the links, I'm sure, through my channel, but Instagram and Facebook. I have a Facebook page that's made for my it's just called Derek's Horror Stuff. But that's the two places I post to usually. So keep an eye out because I did just redo this room. So I do still have a pile of stuff that I'm getting ready to sell. So
badass. All right, man.
And I know you got money because you just donated $50. So let me know.
Oh, dude, he has all the cool shit. I need to get him on here one day and show off some of his collection. He's into they'll tell you how much money he has, man. He has started collecting statues.
Ah, okay. We just started. So yeah, we know you're rolling in the dough, man. So no, but yeah, seriously, keep an eye out if you're on either of those, man, because that's usually where I post them. Or I'll try to hit you up if I have anything that I think you'll like.
Yeah, sweet, man. He's a big Rob Zombie fan, so
oh yeah,
any of that stuff, man. He's all down for it. All right, man. Hey, thank you all so much. Thank you, Derek. Man, it's really been a pleasure here. Tomorrow, what in the hell do I have going on for tomorrow? Another YouTuber. That's what I have going on tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have Tom the Newbie from the Newbie Reviews on here. He's going to be talking some horror with us. I'm going to hit him with a lot of the same hard-hitting questions I hit Derek with, so you won't want to miss it. And I will see you all then, I hope. Thank you for coming in. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't to both of our channels.
Yeah, subscribe to me so I can get a deal with Manscaped.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Manscaped, damn it. All right, man. Until next time, my friends, look horror, listen horror, and talk horror.
Have a good one, guys.